Stafford MSD's College and Career Center houses a variety of programs that introduce students to potential career paths. But one really lays down the law.
The case of the state of Oregon versus Willie Freeman is now in session. The Honorable Judge, Mrs. K. Armstrong, is presiding.
At your end of your 8th grade year, you get a course selection sheet and you get to choose what program you're interested in going into when you get to the high school. Once you're in the high school, you take Principles of Law, which is the first law course here, and then you take Court Systems, and then there's a couple of courses you can take that are actually dual credit through HCC. And at the end of that, you'll get a certificate where you could actually be a certified legal secretary when you graduate from high school. Well, the mock trial is one of the biggest hands-on assignments that I have every semester. I usually do one mock trial in the fall and 1 or 2 in the spring because the spring semester is a little longer. And we learn objections, we learn how to think about a problem and figure out how to ask questions to witnesses in order to get your side of the case to the jury for them to vote in favor of you. And so it helps them with their public speaking skills, it helps them to think outside the box, it helps them to try to be with persuasive arguments. So it helps them with a lot of different skills.
Armstrong students discuss their roles in this semester's mock trial.
I played for the prosecution side, so I was defending the state of Oregon, and I had to prove that Willie A. Freeman was in fact the killer of Devin Frost. I did it before, but that was a really long time ago. But this case, it was really hard because there was so many contradicting things that was in each witness's fact statement. So I had to figure out a way around it to prove my case. My favorite thing was figuring out ways, like questions, making up questions for each witness to try to persuade the jury in my favor.
Well, I was a defense attorney for someone named Willie A. Freeman, and a lot of preparation went into it. I had to make a case. I really felt like I was really a lawyer. Like, my friends would make fun of me because I'm sitting here at lunch with a packet and highlighting testimonies and depositions and stuff like that, talking all this lawyer talk. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I was a witness for the prosecution side. I was 2 witnesses actually. I was Mrs. Christina Riggs, the officer, and I was also one of the old defendants, which was Luis Contralto. I've enjoyed being an attorney. This was my first time being a witness. I would say being a witness is harder for me because this was my first time and you have to remember the fact statements, and I was 2 witnesses.
The mock trial exercise also highlights similarities and differences from what you see on TV.
Well, we definitely have the judge, we have the witnesses, we have the attorneys, we have the jury and the crowd. We have objections and we practice for a long time for our case and do like study and stuff.
Well, normally on TV you see you see that the attorneys sometimes will just blurt out answers. It's not really like that. Like, there's a very strict rules that you have to follow. Okay, so
It's not as intense as you see on television. There's not any yelling, nobody's really crying, nobody's doing all this extra stuff. But it definitely can be intense, but not in that sense, but in the sense that when you're up here asking questions and you're doing the opening statement, you're kind of nervous as to whether the jury or the judge is really is receiving the message you're trying to get them to say, because it seems like it's so much easier just to get up and plead your case like it's a debate, but it's a trial.
For more information about the Criminal Justice Program and other career programs at SMSD, visit the district's website at www.staffordmsd.org. For Spartan Spotlight, I'm Stacee Hawkins.